The following video is part 4 of a 4-part video series with the Grease Goblins discussing House of the Dragon. Please visit the Grease Goblins channel for part 3. The following video will also contain spoilers for future events that will take place beyond Season 2 of House of the Dragon. You have been warned. Which I guess leads me to our final topic here, which is House of the Dragon Season 3. Actually, before we get to that, Grease, do you think that this show, given the material that we have in the book and given what we believe will take place in the Season 2, do you think this show will be condensed within 4 seasons, or do you think it'll go longer or shorter?
That's a difficult question because it depends how far they go.
Yeah.
Because I've always said the natural spot to end the show for me has always been Aegon III's crowning.
I agree.
But you could go further than that, right? Like the dance doesn't really technically end, until a little bit into his reign. So it's one of those things where I think you can almost go on for it as long as you want.
Yeah.
Like you could even carry that on to, okay, we go to a skip and we're in the Blackfire stuff or the Second Dornish War or whatever. But in terms of just the Dance of the Dragon events, I think they could probably do it in 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But my prediction would be 4 seasons.
Okay. No, I agree with you. I think the most natural conclusion for this show is Aegon III being crowned king of Westeros. And then, all that stuff that happens afterward where, people are plotting against Aegon III. I think, sure, that would be cool to see, but I think it's not completely necessary for the TV show, and they could leave all that stuff out. So 4 seasons probably seems like the most appropriate length of episodes for this show, especially if they're going to keep the 8-episode format from this season onward. Which I imagine they'll do, so I don't think they'll go back to 10 episodes for any of the following seasons. So, okay. So with all that said, obviously we talked about it a little bit here with, what we believe will happen at the beginning of season 3, what with the takeover of King's Landing and the Battle of the Gullet and Jace's death. Where do you think season 3 will end?
That is a tough one because there's a lot to get through in terms of Rhaenyra's reign in King's Landing.
Yeah.
Said that really weird, but it's okay.
No,
There's a lot going on in terms of the back and forth with Aemond and Daemon, and how far are we going to progress with Rhaenyra's plot where she starts not trusting the people that are around Daemon and Daemon himself. And so there's a lot to go through because you also think the dragon seeds are going to, turn on her. So we have to have some build up to that.
Oh, yeah. Got to build up Hugh the Hammer and Ulf the White to make them seem like the best people ever, and then stab you in the back. Actually, we're Team Green now. Bye.
Yep. And also, I mean, if they don't build up any of the plot with the High Towers, the Daron plot, you got some work to do in season 3 because that's kind of vital to that plot and tying up, where the rest of these dragons are going and how they may die.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not may, they are.
Yeah.
So there's a lot there. I don't know if season 3 will get to, like, for instance, Daemon and Aemon's alleged deaths.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that'll be season 3
that would be such a cool
4.
moment. I truly hope it does. That's such a cool death. Like, Daemon jumping from one dragon and then just does he slit his? I forget how he kills him. He just
he jumps off his dragon and he puts his sword directly in Aemon's eye.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's such a baller way to go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then they both allegedly, Aemon's already dead because he's got a sword through his head, but then allegedly Daemon falls to his death.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that'd be such a cool way to end the season.
It's one of those weird things because if you think about where all these characters could end by season 3, you could almost have all of our real main characters dead by the end of season 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they want to do that for season 4. Like maybe you do one of the big ones. Maybe you end season 3 with Rhaenyra's death to Aegon, or maybe you end it with, Daemon and Aemon's and then save that for season 4.
Yeah.
It's weird because you got to think like if all your main characters are kind of dead in season 3, it might impact maybe how season 4 does. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think on that?
I think they may hold off on Rhaenyra's death until season 4. But then structure-wise, I'd have to think about it though, because if you want to end the show on Aegon the Third's coronation, then that means that Rhaenyra's death would have to happen like a lot prior to that. So I guess you could theoretically start season 4 with Aegon the Eldest burning Rhaenyra.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, and then throughout season 4, you see just this like horrible, messed up king doing a bunch of garbage, and nobody likes him. And then finally, he gets poisoned in his cart or whatever. He gets poisoned in his little vehicle. I forgot what they call those vehicles.
His little thing that transports him.
yeah, his transportation vehicle. And it's like, oh, he's magically... And that's one of the things I'm kind of curious to see how they'll pull off in the show. Like, will they actually show us who kills him in the show? Because the book kind of leaves it open-ended.
No. I think they should not.
That would be cool.
I think it should be one of those things where it's like, we see him, and then we see he's dead.
Yeah.
There's so many theories around that.
True. That would be so much cooler if they kind of left it open-ended and left it up to the audience's imagination instead of just telling you the answer. But then I think, it'll end with his poisoning death close to the end of the series, and then followed by Aegon the Youngest's coronation. And then show over. I honestly don't care much about what happened. I mean, prior to, like, after reading Fire and Blood, I mean, stuff does happen during his actual, time sitting on the Iron Throne, but I don't think it would make for a very interesting show. I think it's just a bunch of epilogue events.
I mean, even in terms of Fire and Blood, I think what I've gathered from the community is it's probably everyone's least favorite part of Fire and Blood.
Yeah.
Mine is more some parts of Jaehaerys' reign because it's very slow at times, but it's just natural because it's peacetime.
Yeah.
But
Grease,
I don't think it translates.
You're telling me you're not super excited about him building roads? Oh man, that's like the best part of the book.
Hey, we're saying this, but fellow YouTuber Voice of Old Town, that's his favorite part. It's his favorite part is Jaehaerys' reign. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Interesting. I'd be curious to hear why he will. I mean, I'm not berating him for his opinion. I mean, that's pretty cool that it is. I'm just like, oh, what about it? What about Jaehaerys' reign makes him be like, yes, this is what I read Fire and Blood. This is why I read this book.
It's so weird because just in terms of like a reading experience, it's the one with kind of the least going on in terms of like drama or things we don't know exactly what happened. It's more of like this is my comparison.
Mm-hmm.
If your favorite book is Feast for Crows, I could see why you would like Jaehaerys and his section, because a lot of it's about how do you rule correctly, how do you manage a people in peace or winter or maybe the disease. That's all stuff that Feast for Crows kind of handles really well with like Cersei, and she does it badly.
I think that's more about. Yeah. I think that's actually more in line with the Dance with Dragons, as Dany tries to do
that
her
too.
best.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's like, okay, now that we've gotten the horrible kings out of the way, how does a good king rule? How does a good king protect his kingdom? And I guess it's interesting to see, like, okay, someone's building the King's Road and someone's doing all this, wonderful stuff for the kingdom. Yeah, that'd be cool. But personally, I still think the drama of the Dance of the Dragons War, and even prior to that, even prior to Jaehaerys' reign, actually the stuff with Maegor the Cruel, I found really interesting. I was like, yeah.
Yes.
Don't
get me started.
Yeah. There's like a sweet satisfaction I actually get with seeing like Maegor just like burn everybody he doesn't agree with. It's like, like burn that sept. They had it coming. Burn all those septons.
All I'm saying is, okay, if Maegor didn't do what he did, Jaehaerys would not have had as good of a reign. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. Targaryen respect was hard to come around until Maegor the Cruel. Nobody ever
In
disrespected.
terms of the Targaryen dynasty, Maegor should be looked at as a good king. In terms of everybody else, not so much.
Yeah. It's like if you're a Targaryen, oh boy, man, you owe a lot.
That guy
to
wiped
Maegor.
out the faith. He took away all their weapons. He paved the way. It was a great time. Unless you
boy.
were not a Targaryen. And even if you were a Targaryen, sometimes it didn't go so good for you. But
I can just imagine like a castle worker during that time is like, oh boy, I got invited to a party by our king. Oh, he's finally going to repay us and celebrate us after our hard work. Oh,
yeah, we're having a bunch of feasts. It's going to be a great time.
Oh, sweet summer child.
And dead in the next scene. Well,
yeah. Cool.
I'm just saying, after House of the Dragon's done, Maegor and Aenys show. Make it happen. Make it happen, HBO. Make it happen.
Yeah. So, House of the Dragon season 3, I think that's where we think, what's going to take place during that season. That's where we think, the show is going to inevitably end. Do you think they're going to keep the same 2-year structure where, it took them 2 years to film and produce season 2? Do you think we'll also see it'll take 2 years to get a season 3, so we won't see season 3 until 2026 and then season 4 until 2028?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I'd rather them take that extra time for it to be a good quality project.
Yeah.
Or product, I should say. Instead of, rushing to try and get it out and all that stuff. But yeah, I think we will see 2 years probably for the remainder of it.
Yeah. And I think that makes also from HBO's perspective, that makes a lot of sense for their scheduling as well, because the years between those House of the Dragon TV shows, you could also release Dunk and Egg. So, you know, the Hedge Knight season 1 could be a 2025 project, and then 2026 we get season 3 of House of the Dragon. Then 2027 we get the Sworn Sword, and so on and so forth. So
if I'm not mistaken, I actually think Dunk and Egg is expected to come out in 2025. I might be wrong on that though.
Okay, I mean that would make all the sense in the world.
Yep,
that make all the sense in the world. Plus any other new shows they may want to produce. Obviously,
Aegon's Conquest.
Yeah, Aegon's Conquest. Maybe a couple years down the line, we finally get a true adaptation of the A Song of Ice and Fire series. Maybe in animated form. That'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff down the pipeline. But I think that's pretty much all the things I had for us, Grease. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss with regards to season 2 of the TV show, or just anything else in general?
Well, both of us will be probably covering it. I don't know about you, but
I'll be covering it sporadically. I'll definitely have like a video at the end of season 2, just kind of covering my thoughts on the show, on season 2 as a whole. But I don't know if I'll be able to do something every week. How about yourself?
Well, we're both going to be covering. I know I'm going to be covering it a lot. I'm going to be very busy during House of the Dragon season. Thank God this time Rings of Power was not at the same time.
Oh boy,
that was horrible last time.
Yeah,
and I was doing Rings of Power and House of the Dragon, reviewing both of them at the same time. It was horrible.
Oh man, how did you?
But well, House of the Dragon was like really good, so it was like that nice therapy. And then Rings of Power was just so bad, I would lose my mind.
Yeah, well, thankfully you don't have to lose your mind during the same time that you're watching House of the Dragon. Now you only have to lose your mind, just like
for the good stuff.
6-week period where you lose your mind will take place later, and it will not be interrupted by the therapy of House of the Dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, subscribe to both our channels for more content.
Heck yeah.
For some quality content. I know The Advocate, okay, you yourself have put out some interesting book reviews.
Thank you.
I don't always agree with them, but I think you have good takes. I myself, not a Fire and Blood, not a Feast for Crows guy, but you have it ranked higher than me, so I respect that.
Hey, we've all got our opinions. It's okay, man.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I love all the books in the A Song of Ice and Fire series. I think they're all great. It's just, I just have a preference for some over the others. But I think, like, if you were to give me, like, like if I had to give like a letter grade to all of them, they would all be like B minus or higher. Like I like them
agree.
all.
They're all fantastic.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, Grease, dude, thank you so much for coming along to do this collab with me. Really, really appreciate it.
No problem.
I know. I'm excited for season 2. It looks like you're excited for season 2 as well. So
100%.
100%. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. Truly do appreciate all your love and support, guys. Subscribe, comment, like, all the good stuff that helps us beat out the evil YouTube algorithm, help out Grease Goblins, help myself out as well. All the good things. We love you guys. Take it easy and have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.